Hey guys, Time Itself here, and recently there's been quite a bit of a speculation, rumor, some noise being made about skill-based matchmaking in Black Ops. I'm not going to get into the whole, actually what's been announced, leaked, however you want to put it. Instead, I actually want to talk about what skill-based matchmaking is and some of the difficulties they're going to have getting it into Black Ops, because I see a whole lot of stuff that indicates people don't really understand. Halo did this really fairly well, if you played Halo, and there have been lots of other games, but I see a lot of the Call of Duty community talking about KD, score per minute, and win-loss, and no, that's not what's important. Those are just very crude kludges to estimate skill, and what it really comes down to is who you can beat and how often. And skill is a very relative thing, and so if you just want to talk about global, nah, it doesn't work. It's about being able to beat other skilled players is what makes you good. Now, ostensibly, the idea behind skill-based matchmaking is that the matchmaking will try to match you up with someone else of roughly equivalent of skill. It's not always perfect, it can't be, but it does try. So you shouldn't get as many blowouts, you should get a whole lot more close games, and that should really increase your enjoyment of the game. These systems normally tie a number to the player's skill level. Now, Call of Duty players, Battlefield players, pay attention. The skill rank is not directly related to the XP rank. I think we've all met plenty of players who have put ungodly numbers of hours into these games, but are still terrible at them. Yes, this addresses that. In fact, I don't know why we have XP ranks, and well, I'm not... No, let's just keep going here. Now, in our good old ELO rating system, used for chess and many other things over the years, you'll usually see players starting off at 1600 rating. Yes, that's arbitrary. That's just kind of what's become the standard. And you'll gain points for wins, lose points for losses. The number of points lost or gained is based on how likely that outcome was given the player's ratings at the start. So to give an example here, Bob is playing Dave, and the odds are 3-1 that Bob will win. Now, the point split is going to be 1-3 if the player's ratings are accurate, because if they keep playing over and over again, they'll end up just trading points back and forth, and they'll keep the same ratings. At the end of the day, the total number of points in the system is the same. But ELO is a single parameter system. Now, Microsoft started with this Glico, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, rating system, and this one has two parameters. There's the first, like ELO, the one you see, and then there's a second kind of hidden one that represents how certain the system of the rating you have reflects your actual skill. And yeah, that's complicated statistical stuff, but it lets them do funny things. Like you played Halo or played a TrueSkill rating game, you start off at 0, even though the average in the system is actually 25. So you, if you're really bad at the game, it doesn't remind you too much because you'll generally just see your rating go up. And yeah, I think that's the main reason they developed and used that system, is so that you don't start off at 1600 and then see your rating go down to like 1400. So, oh my gosh, stop playing, you're losing points. That, as I understand it, that's the motivation for a lot of the TrueSkill system. Also the Glico system, yeah. Anyway, it's kind of cool, statistical stuff, but you notice I said you start off at 0, but the average is 25. Yeah, crazy stats. If you're interested in that, go check out the Wikipedia page, because it is pretty cool. Now, as much as I'm a fan of getting good, close games for matchmaking, rating systems do have their downsides. The first and very obvious one is that people start to care way too fucking much about both their ratings and other people's ratings. There's no other way to put it. Players will start to do things just to gain points or avoid losing points, or do all sorts of crazy stuff. Maybe go on a long intentional losing streak, deranking, just so they can go beat up lower ranked players in ranked games. Or similarly, might do smurfing. Yeah, it's a funny term if you've never heard it before. So it's getting a new account and then seeing how fast you can rank it up. And not XP rank, how many few games you can play to get your rank up to whatever arbitrary number, or even past what you had before, just because of that uncertainty parameter in these TrueSkill games, or all sorts of weird stuff. And it gets to be kind of an unpleasant side of those communities. Or maybe players feel like they're stuck in a certain playstyle, because that's what their rating reflects, especially if that's a high rating. They're afraid to experiment, no, because your rank is going to go down. In the end, it feels like players can spend more time playing games with the ranking system than they do actually playing the game. Now, finally, this depends on whether or not you can set up your own matches or not. It varies. But you'll see that if the odds are really stacked and the lower ranked guy wants to play the higher ranked guy might not want to stick around just because on the rare off chance that that guy wins, because statistically that's a possibility, he would have to play so many games against that same guy in order to get his points back that it would take way too long to be worth it. And also, you don't expect it to be a challenge. And I guess that is the point of a skill-based matchmaking, is to get you close games. So I can't really complain too much about this. Now, I don't expect to see a TrueSkill trademark, yes, that is trademarked in Call of Duty, because it's trademarked by Microsoft, and Call of Duty is also on the PS3. That's one of the reasons why you saw TrueSkill in Halo. Though a similar implementation of the Glico rating system, or even just good old ELO, is possible. However, I don't see it as too likely, and the reason is that Call of Duty is normally a 6-on-6 or 9-on-9 game. So if you pull up the first page that comes up on the Google search result for TrueSkill, there's a table in there that says how many games they expect it to take to get a good idea for your skill, and it's based on how many other players you're playing. For example, if it's a 1-on-1 game, 12 games. If it's a 4-on-4 game, 46. See where this is going? 8-on-8, 91 games in order to get a good idea for what your skill is. You can kind of understand why they haven't done this in a Call of Duty game yet, because it's so based around those larger team game modes. So what is Treyarch teasing us with? Is it newbie playlist, like World at War? Is it prestige playlist, like Black Ops? Or are they going to actually try and do something really innovative and see what they can do? Because honestly, getting close games, so that you have some actual competition, is probably the best way to keep the series going and help its longevity. If you want to go ham, great right now, I guess. I mean, that's the standard. But I wish that it was, if you wanted to do that, you just go play Combat Training or Zombies. They're in the game. Go enjoy them if that's the kind of game you want to play. I really think that if we had lots more close games, they would have a lot better chance at making a better game and a better balanced game. But we'll have to see where they're going with it. We still don't know a whole lot about Black Ops. Black Ops 2. I keep saying Black Ops, whatever. It's still quite a ways out. This really wasn't so much about Black Ops 2, was it? It was just about ratings and COD in general, skip. Yeah, anyway, just my rambling commentary about the subject. Mostly just because I saw a lot of people talking about skill-based matchmaking, talking about KD and Scorpion. It's like, no, you have no idea. So here you go. Those are my thoughts on the subject. But guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I don't know what gameplay I used, but I'll see you later.